Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast arena. Coming to the ring at this time...
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
First, representing This Week in Geek, and from parts unknown, he is Mike, the Birdman, Don.
I am one hardcore D-O-double-D.
I'm a nice man. I'm a nice man.
His tag team partner, representing the Geekcast radio network, and hailing from the outer reaches of your mind, he is Mike, TFG1 Blanchard.
I got 4 words for you. Check out my ass.
And from the Great White North, here is your special guest referee, Ryan, the Uneven Flow.
The multi always gets his man.
You are listening to Mayhem Mics. And now, let's get ready to podcast!
Hello and welcome to Mayhem Mics. This is episode 35. This is the aftermath of WWE WrestleMania 34 out there in New Orleans. I'm, of course, TFG and Mike, coming to you live from Chicago. Well, we're not live. We might be dead, actually. Returning to the show is Ryan and Flo Merkley. Hello, sir.
Hello. We'll kill this show yet.
Yeah, we haven't yet. I don't know why. The show's been going on 3 years now at this point. Holy crap. So yes, Ryan tapped out for WrestleMania because lots of life things are happening with Ryan. If you'd like to fill us in, you can. If not, it's okay.
I mean, I was available for the original day of recording. Jeez. Anyway, no. So WrestleMania, just a quick summation. I thought it was a huge improvement over last year. The weekend overall was terrific. I haven't had a chance to sit down and watch the Hall of Fame stuff yet. I usually enjoy doing that, but it started, at least for me, with the NXT pay-per-view on Saturday, which was amazing and might be one of the best, might be the best pay-per-view I've ever seen. It was astoundingly good. And then we had WrestleMania, which, I mean, I didn't watch the pre-show live, because hell with spending 7 hours watching it. Oof. Anyway, but the actual show itself, I actually really enjoyed it. The last hour was kind of
Yep.
I mean, I don't feel like anybody saw the Reigns Brock ending coming, which it worked as sort of a shock, but I wish they'd pull the Band-Aid off. We all know Reigns is their guy. He's clearly going to win now in India because he's not going to get booed there.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea. I mean, that's what they want, and that's fine. But at some point, they got to kind of take that Band-Aid off and just go for it. And the more they delay it, the worse it seems. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
that was a little weird. But the rest of the stuff, I mean, the show itself was terrific. There's some decisions, maybe you could second guess or something like that. But overall, it was really enjoyable. So,
Yep, absolutely. And we are here tonight to talk about this year's WWE Superstar Shakeup. Before you read into this or actually watched it or anything like that, did you have any idea or any, you want this person to go to this show or vice versa?
The clear one was that Owens and Zayn were going to move over because they had the storyline that they were fired, right? I mean, that was an obvious one. I figured there'd be some guys moving up from NXT. The obvious one, one of the ones is the one that showed up on Raw, Drew McIntyre, because he got injured in an NXT title match and has missed a good chunk of time and was due back. So that one wasn't a real shocker. But, geez, people I wanted to see move over. I mean, let's be honest, the sort of dream one is one that happened, right? In The Miz being on the same show as Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people... So, one of the things I loved in NXT, the pay-per-view, was they finally had Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano. After a year of waiting and simmering. Now, a lot of that was because of injury. But people wanted the match so bad. They wanted to see Ciampa get his because he was such a dink on social media, and he would interfere in the matches. He would just be a jerk to Gargano online, everything. And I try not to swear too much on the podcast, but one of the moments I will not forget from NXT was as he was coming to the ring, an absolutely deafening "fuck you, Ciampa" chant took place in the match. And it was one of the first times I can remember a chant like that. Miz can get that against, like, that much heat against Bryan. The two of them just have always worked really well against each other.
Absolutely.
But of course we weren't going to see it because Bryan was injured.
Yeah.
And now we can actually see that. And so that's something I think they should take their time and build towards it. But that's an inevitable money-making match where people will pay money to see Bryan beat up The Miz. Like, the two of them, it just works anytime they're on the microphone against each other. So that should be really entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when we were doing stuff a couple of years ago when we were talking about Bryan and The Miz, like on Talking Smack and things like that, where Miz was just going after him. It was just, and obviously, it's...
Yeah, the two of them just have this way to get personal with each other, just enough to make it feel 1,000% real. You remember Bryan went on and essentially called him lazy as a wrestler.
Yeah.
And Miz went after him, said, I'm lazy. Well, maybe that's why I'm still competing and you're retired.
Yeah. And,
it was harsh. It was quite possibly true, but it was really harsh. So stuff like that, I look forward to that a lot. And then a lot of the other moves, I mean, we'll get into it, were surprising.
Yeah. One last thing on The Miz, since The Miz is going to SmackDown. When they did this whole thing, and he was at his home, wherever he was, with Maurice and the new baby, was it just me, or did the light hit that baby the wrong way to make it look like a doll? Like, that did not look like a real baby. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, but the way that he was holding the phone or the camera, whatever phone thing, and the way that the light was hitting the baby as she was holding it, I'm like, that thing looks like a doll from Cabbage Patch or something. It does not look real.
Well, if they'd used a stunt baby, it's obvious somebody would have run in and...
Yeah.
Done a move on it. No, I don't know. Okay. Overall, a lot of people are saying that SmackDown kind of came away the best of the two.
Yeah.
And we'll get into it, but my biggest issue is I feel like SmackDown got the best heels. Like, who's going to be the major bad guy on Raw against Reigns and some of... Because, the whole thing is you need good bad guys for a good guy to be good.
Yeah.
There's not a lot on Raw. And listen, I love Owens. I think I've been pretty clear about that. But he's not the best pure heel because WWE never seems to know what to do with the guy to make him hated. Yeah. Because he's exceptionally entertaining. He's generally funny when he's doing a lot of his heel stuff. And WWE doesn't know how to make him a heel. I mean, you look at his first month in on WWE rather than NXT, where he beat up John Cena, which, let's be honest, especially at that time, was not a especially heel move.
No.
Then in the middle of that Machine Gun Kelly performance, well, actually it's right after it, they have him powerbomb him, which, I mean, the audience was ready to, anoint him the... the nicest guy in the world for that one. I mean, WWE, for some reason, they've never figured out they don't need musical acts in the middle of their shows.
Yeah.
And that if they do that, that's not why the people are there, and they just get ticked off at them.
I mean, when's the last time WWE was in Canada?
It wasn't that long ago. And they're headed back here again now, so...
Well, they could always get Nickelback. I mean...
No.
Oh,
also, like, if Owens powerbombed them, can you imagine the cheers he would get?
I mean, Bottoms Up was the Raw theme song at one point or another.
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah, for a long time.
But anyway, yeah. Let's get into it. Sorry.
The following superstars were sent from SmackDown to Monday Night Raw during the first night of the Superstar Shakeup. We already talked about... we haven't. Jinder Mahal, who is no longer the champion. Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Can I just say, though, the Jinder Mahal thing, it saved us from another Jinder Mahal-Randy Orton match. Like, thank goodness.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh. Have WWE and everybody else forgotten how bad that series was?
Apparently not. Let's see. Like I said, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Liv Morgan, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Zack Ryder, Fandango and Tyler Breeze, Natalya, Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre. Obviously, Drew's come back from injury, but that was cool how they did that, where Dolph comes out. And I haven't liked Dolph in a long time. I liked him on night one of Superstar Shakeup because he's like, and I didn't come alone.
So Dolph doesn't have an actual WWE contract.
And jeez.
I can't say I blame him because, I mean, you look at what they've given the poor guy for the past...
2 years.
Forever? Yeah. They do not seem to know what to do with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he and Drew, there's just something that kind of works.
Yep.
With them. Drew's got the look. He can speak really well now. He's improved 100 times over what he was way back when he was in WWE. But yeah, I don't know what it is. They sort of look alike despite not looking alike at all.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just something that, I don't know, you could see them together. So that was smart.
The next all-new Twin Magic. Not really.
Baron
Corbin is going to depress the hell out of Raw.
Yeah, when I said, top heels, I guess maybe they'll make him one?
Maybe. They'll do something with him other than have him lose the Money in the Bank.
They're still supposedly high on him, so I mean, take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, really.
I try not to put too much stock on internet rumors, especially when the guy loses all the time.
Exactly. The Ascension, Connor and Victor. Okay. What the hell?
Well, they had to go over with Breezango, is my guess.
Yeah, probably.
Some of these are people who didn't even appear on the show, by the way. So.
Yeah. Well, the Ascension they are a tag team, but they're only ever featured in Grand Tag Team Battle Royale, over the top. They're not I can't remember the last singles match or regulation tag team match they've had against anybody. Bobby Roode.
That was surprising.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna have to change his gear from blue to red now. Let's see, Mojo Rawley. Whatever. They haven't done, like, outside of...
No, I know, yeah. He
outside of the hype bros with him and Zach, like, I get it, Zach's a great guy, but Zach hasn't done a lot since...
No, they don't seem to be interested. They had that shocking thing, where he won the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, and then
they took it off him, the next night. And since then, I can't even remember the last time he appeared on TV.
Yeah, me either. I mean...
They have... Yeah, go ahead. I was just going to say, the last couple, there's Mike Kanellis.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we mentioned Natalya or not. The Natalya thing is to give Ronda somebody to work with.
Yeah. That's
they're
probably
friends.
good.
Natalya's inevitably going to turn on her because that's what Natalya does.
Yeah.
The Mike Kanellis one, too, by the way, he is such a great story. I'm really happy for him that he has had, we'll say, some addiction problems and that kind of thing, and WWE's helped him work through them.
Yeah. The only one I really remember is his wife, because she used to be with Santino, doing skits when Santino was around. Like, when they came back, Mike and Maria Kanellis, I'm like, okay, I remember Maria. Who the hell is this Mike guy?
No, Mike is, he had worked on the independents for a really long time and worked hard to get there, and he's had a rough time of it, and I'm really happy to see him doing better, clean, that kind of thing. It's just a great story, whether or not he appears on TV or anything much more.
Yeah.
So,
And then the last one that came to, where are they going? Raw, okay. Was Chad Gable. Okay.
Which they broke up. So Chad Gable seems like he was the more talented one of the two of them, and now they broke him up with Shelton, which I mean, I think it'll help Shelton probably helps them both, really. As a tag team, I'm not sure where they were going. Shelton Benjamin can compete for the U.S. title. No, sorry, it's the Intercontinental title. Sorry, that's on SmackDown Live. Like, he'll be a solid mid-card guy, and he can put on really good matches. And, I mean, we'll see where Chad Gable goes. He's got potential, so we'll see. And, that's the Raw group.
Yep. And then SmackDown. Oh, boy. SmackDown seems to be kind of one-sided. Like, they had...
It's way shorter, but man, look at some of the names.
Yeah. They got the new United States champion, Jeff Hardy, because Jeff beat Jinder.
Yay.
Yay. Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe. Big Cass is back.
And on SmackDown, yeah.
Asuka. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Cesaro and Sheamus, and R-Truth returns. What?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we already talked about The Miz, so that's 12. Yeah, they have 15 compared to Raw's 19.
Well, and they get two more, new groups, too. They get Sanity, which is a great stable from NXT, and they get Andrade Cien Almas with his manager, Zelina Vega, who, the two of them have just been masterful together. And again, so they're heels. Sanity can be whatever. They're kind of meant to be heels. But, I mean, Samoa Joe, heel. The Miz, heel. Big Cass comes back as a heel. The Bar are really, really good tag team heels. So Raw loses pretty much all their bad guys. That's weird. I do like having the Bar on the same show as New Day, the Usos, and the Bludgeon Brothers, though.
Right, yeah.
Like, there's some... If you insert them into their matchups, that'll be really good tag team wrestling.
Yeah, well...
And I'm curious to see what Cass does, because he was really starting to kind of get it together, and then he had the injury against Enzo.
Yeah.
And he had started to kind of show something.
Yeah. I posed this question to Mike last episode when we talked about WrestleMania at the end of the podcast, I believe, and I'm going to pose it to you as well. Even though Enzo has turned out to be... Yeah, well, let's just go with that. Is it wrong of me to really want his and Cass's Funko Pops?
I'd keep the Enzo pop away from any female pops.
Yeah,
anyway.
obviously, yeah. But I mean, like, I just looking through some of the ones I don't have yet or whatever, some of the ones I'm interested to get, and looking through some of the WWE pops that kind of, the 2-pack of them popped up. Are they ever going to come out of the box? Probably not, but, I don't know. But yeah, overall, the Superstar Shakeup, it's going to be interesting to see what everyone does now.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
The Oscar one was pretty obvious, because, I mean, she.
Wow, dude.
No, she's been feuding with Charlotte, and it makes sense to kind of move her over there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think eventually she's going to avenge that loss.
Well, obviously.
And, win the title from Charlotte. But, yeah, we'll see how long that takes. But, that's... I don't know. That's a good... That's a good group that switched.
Yeah.
There's part of me that wishes, and I know this would have made things even more one-sided if people aren't sure that it's one-sided already. Part of me wishes they'd switched Seth. Because I don't know I don't know what you do with Seth at this point.
Well, I think the reason why they didn't switch him is because they just gave him a new merch and a new gimmick with the Monday Night Rollins thing, and basically having him, be, super ultra man thing going, an hour and 5 minutes on.
I know they did just give him a title, but still, he's tough to figure out, though, because he very much is a workhorse guy. You can build a show around him.
Yeah, but if he moved from Raw to SmackDown, do we really need to see Seth versus Miz again? Like,
no, I mean, yeah, that's an issue, but there's other guys they can.
Yeah. What's going to be curious for me is how and where and when are they going to put anybody up against free agent John Cena? That's what's going to be interesting to me with this new roster change.
I have to wonder if real life stuff's is impacting Cena, right? With I mean, let's be honest, everybody's, I'm sure, read or heard it somewhere that he and Nikki broke up.
Oh, really? I had not heard that. I don't read
really?
No.
Oh, wow.
I did not.
It was on mainstream sites.
Really?
Yeah, that. So we'll see when he kind of reappears after that. But yeah, that's one. I have to wonder what is so Reigns is not on the same show as Joe.
Nope.
I suspect Reigns is going to win the title from Brock, which means Joe has absolutely no chance of winning when they face a month after that anyway. If that match is still on, I guess we'll see. But who's Reigns going to feud with then?
I don't know.
Also, I mean, the Bobby Lashley is... I don't know what they're going to do with him. They seem to want a Lashley versus Brock match, which Lashley's back full time, but is not a young man, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how all in they're gonna want to go with him, or I don't know. There's a lot of questions here, a lot of good questions, but it does kind of feel like SmackDown has some of the more interesting things. I mean, I said it before, Miz Bryan is money.
Yeah.
I legitimately believe in an era where people don't necessarily pay for wrestling that they could generate something people would want to pay for.
Yep.
There's just something with them that is electric.
Yeah, it is. Two things John has coming up outside of wrestling is he's going to be Baron Draxum in Rise of the TMNT animated series that's coming later this year, apparently. He's also going to be in Dallas and Robo. He's also executive producing that, so I don't know what the heck that is.
I thought you were going to mention the Transformers.
Okay, yeah, there is the Bumblebee movie. Yeah, I was looking at. Yeah, no, it's not my favorite. I was looking at television stuff, but yeah, there is Transformers Bumblebee, and there's also the Voyage of Dr. Dolittle. What the hell?
Yeah, I think he's a voice in that.
Yeah, he's gonna be Yoshi. I'm like, wait a second, where's Mario?
That's that's an odd. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe don't name some of your characters the same as pretty well known Mario characters. Yeah.
Yeah, really. Because but yeah, Superstar Shakeup. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Steph and Kurt with this whole Ronda Kurt team up thing, how that works in the future. Because look what happened to Mick once he, decided to. I mean, I know there's probably life things personally, but storyline wise, they fired him storyline wise, and this whole Kurt Steph thing, but we got some sort of invigoration with Shane and Paige, so that's going to be different.
Yeah, hopefully this means that the GM people are going to kind of step back again. It looks like they will. I mean, everybody involved in these feuds seems to have people they're going to feud with who aren't the general managers. So
yeah. Yep, absolutely. All right, folks, I think that's going to do it for us on this shortish Mayhem Mics.
That's because for once we're summing up just 2 shows.
Yeah, really.
I mean, it's a nice change of pace. Usually it's, 12 hours of pay-per-views or something.
Well, that's the cool thing now that after Mania, WWE is going to go back to 1 pay-per-view a month.
Yeah, so that's going to be kind of weird. We mentioned the Superstar Shakeup.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's going to feel like there was even a shakeup happened, because we're still going to see all these people together on the same pay-per-views now.
Yep.
And I said it before, I've said it again. I wonder, too, if this means the pay-per-views are going to slowly get longer, or what's going to happen there. Or are legitimately important, title matches going to get thrown into the pre-shows?
Yeah. Let's hope not.
I hope not, too, because one of the things with Neville was apparently you don't get paid as much for the pre-shows.
Right.
It would suck if you've worked hard enough that they put a belt on you, but they don't want to pay you full money for the pay-per-view, so they dump you on a pre-show.
Yeah, that sucks.
That would kind of suck.
Very much sucks. All right, folks. So yeah, I am at TFG and Mike on Twitter. You can follow at Geekcast Radio and at This Week in Geek on Twitter as well. This has been the Superstar Shakeup. Join us next time. I've actually had to switch the schedule around a little bit because it's actually going to be coming up in current. Next episode 36, was going to be Andre the Giant, the HBO doc, but we're moving that to episode 37. Next time, WWE, the Greatest Royal Rumble. So that's the next one. So
that's
yay!
True too, yeah, another special. So that's airing on the network for anyone who doesn't know. On
Greatest Royal Rumble, yeah.
Yeah, on the 27th, I believe.
Yep. Friday the 27th.
I won't be watching it live because I'll be at work, but
yeah.
Definitely want to see that, though. It's interesting to see a Rumble with
50 people.
It's that and all of the main eventers. Like, I remember the days in the 80s when everybody participated in the Rumbles. It's been a long time since that happened.
Yep.
It's just kind of, I think it's an opportunity for them to kind of have fun with it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Andre the Giant HBO documentary will be after that. And then there's going to be one more episode before Backlash, but I'm not sure what that's going to be just yet. So that could be a Superstar Spotlight. It could be something else. As I said last episode, a lot of new content coming out for Mayhem Mics, a lot of different content, stuff that's on the network that is not a pay-per-view. So, exciting things happening here. We will see you next time when we talk about the greatest Royal Rumble.
You just made the list! All clear.